Hey there, I'm Roz from realfoodfamily.com, and this is my basic stretching video. I encourage you to follow this video at least once a day and get in the habit of stretching regularly. You will definitely see the benefits. As you stretch, you want to make sure that you're breathing the whole time. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth and nose, and you want to bring oxygen to all of your muscles as you stretch and increase flexibility. Do not hold a stretch for just a second and then move out of it. You want to just sit into stretches and feel the oxygen go to your muscles. You also want to make sure that you are always engaging your core. Okay, that means never letting everything go, but holding it tight. I always say it's like someone's taking a needle and thread and sewing through all of the abs and tightening them. Okay, so let's get started. Hold your feet pretty wide, definitely beyond shoulder width. Okay, so open them nice and wide, and we're going to reach over to the side, keeping our abs engaged. You're going to contract forward, stretch to the side, reaching and open. Let's go to the other side. Reach nice and long around and reach a little bit more. We're going to let it go a little bit. Okay, so we're not staying quite so centered. We're kind of making bigger and bigger circles. Pretend like your arms are moving in water. And reach. Okay, we're going to go a little bit further. Reach all the way down. As you go back, keep your abs engaged and just look up to the sky. Don't let it drop. I just did 2 circles that way. We're going to do 2 circles the other way. Reach down all the way over and circle. And bring it forward. Keep your hands on the floor. Just stretch and bend. And stretch. 2 more of those. Bend, stretch, bend, and stretch. I'm going to turn just so you can see me, but walk your feet together. It's called a downward dog. Nice V shape with your body. Do your best to strengthen your feet, heels into the ground. Lift your tailbone up to the sky and stretch away from your hands. Spread your fingertips like starfish suctioned onto the ground and press up and out of your elbows and out of your shoulders, lengthening your spine and lengthening the back of your legs. Now just walk through your feet, pressing one heel into the ground at a time. Keep breathing, keep your abs engaged, and stretch. We're going to drop our knees to the ground, do a nice long child stretch. Maybe this is called child stretch because after watching your kids all day, it feels incredible. Lengthen your back, keep reaching, so you're stretching your hands out in front of you, but also pressing your hips down into the ground. Drop your head. I like to drop my elbows here and lift my hands together, and it kind of stretches underneath my arms. Okay, and walk it up. We're going to transfer to sit down, heels together, kind of a butterfly. Just press your feet, the bottoms of your feet together. Keep your abs engaged, and just sit up on those bones in your booty and contract down. And just relax. Take deep breaths here, about 4 breaths. Totally relaxed. Relax your head. So from here, I'm going to press on my knee on one side just to make sure it doesn't lift off the ground, and I'm going to stretch to the opposite side. I'll feel a nice long stretch in my obliques and all the way up through my neck and in my hips quite a bit here. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Deep breaths. As you learn these stretches, you can always hold them longer and take a lot more time, but just for the sake of keeping this video brief, I'm not going to spend too much time in each stretch, but you'll get the idea. Now I'm going to reach forward, keeping my body contracted and into the floor. I'm going to try to slowly bring my legs out to the front. keeping my head where it is as much as possible. Of course, as you gain flexibility, you'll be able to stay down, but as you work through it, you might have to come up quite a bit. And stretch. Just relax your feet here. Take a couple breaths. And I'm going to put my hands on the inside. I'm going to bring my feet halfway out, just halfway, and reach forward and do a nice straddle stretch with my feet halfway to my full straddle. Reach out. I don't like to hold my hands in or out to the side ever in my straddle stretch. I'm always reaching forward, so I'm elongating my back, lifting up out of my hips, and then the weight of my legs are just dropping into the floor. I'm using gravity to help the stretch. I'm going to slowly walk it in. I'm going to bend my knees up. I'm going to reach my hands underneath. I'm going to press my knees back and my toes back to extend into the full straddle. The reason I do this is I do not want my hips to roll forward and let my feet come forward. That's an absolute no-no. You have to keep your feet turned out, okay? So as you stretch forward here, if your feet have to come forward, either don't stretch so far or bring your legs in a little bit, okay? But you want to work on keeping your legs turned out, okay? So we're gonna walk it forward and hold a stretch here for 3 to 5 breaths. If you can take it longer, that's wonderful. And after a couple breaths, if you want to reach your hands just an inch further to gain the flexibility as you relax into the stretch. Keep breathing. And after my 3 to 5 breaths, I'm going to walk it halfway to my leg. Not all the way to the leg, just halfway. Same thing, 3 to 5 breaths here. I'm going to slowly walk it to the other side. Same thing, halfway down, keep reaching and keep breathing. And I'll bring it back to the center. For those of you who are super flexible, or those who are gaining their flexibility, you can take this time to slowly walk it forward. Of course, if you're not here with your flexibility, do not do this. And you'll hold an inverted straddle. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to hold that one very long, but definitely take your time on that if you can. Okay, next I'm going to bring one leg forward and start with a pigeon stretch. Okay, so with 90-degree angle, and my back leg turned in, parallel to the floor, and straight. I'm going to take this stretch. Same thing, we're reaching all the way out forward, breathing 3 to 10 breaths here. This is an excellent stretch, stretching the outside of your legs. This is great if you have problems with the sciatic area or lower back pain to work through this stretch. Keep reaching and keep breathing. And when I'm done, I'm going to walk it up. And I'm going to press on my feet and my legs. And I'm just going to take a nice stretch back. If you'd like, you can bend that leg up. You can hold it even, I'm not too flexible this way, but I work on it. And you can touch your head for those super flexible girls and boys out there. Okay, and then I'm going to bend the back leg in. And I like to look over my shoulder, make sure I can see my foot. That means I'm really stretching that what's called an attitude position. I'm going to stretch the front leg, and I'm going to square my hips. First I'm going to aim to get my belly button on my leg, and then I'm going to stretch forward. And you can use this stretch to try to straighten that back leg into a split. And roll around. I like to roll around in my split just to stretch my hips open and get kind of comfortable here. It used to be a lot easier for me to sit in a split, but now I gotta kind of work out the kinks before I can really do it. And we'll hold it here again for about 10 breaths, stretching forward and back. And if you like, you can bend that back leg again and circle it back and lay down on the ground. I actually can't do this stretch, but this does enough for me. To lean back, you'll really get a nice stretch in the front of your hip on the leg that's bent. Couple breaths there, and then we'll circle it back up. And we'll switch to the other side. Bring the back leg parallel to the ground, and the front leg as close to 90 degrees as possible. It may not be at 90, it may be in, but the goal is to bring that heel forward and then place your body right on top so that when you lay down, your belly goes right over your calf. And we'll stretch here for 3 to 10 breaths. When we're done, we'll walk it up, place our hand on our knee and on our foot, and arch back. Long, lengthening stretch. You should feel it in the front of your hips, and really try to square your shoulders so you're not going like this, but you're square and you're pressing straight back. And if you'd like to bend your leg, you can. And the back leg in and straighten the front. Square it off so that the belly button goes first over your leg and reach forward. 3 to 10 breaths here as well. If you'd like to extend it into your split now, you can do that. Keep trying to square it off. When you're done with that, you can bend the back leg in and circle it to the back. Again, lay down if you can and stretch. And circle it back in. We'll pull our knees into our chest. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to get connected with realfoodfamily.com. On there I have weekly meal plans and supplement guides and lots of nutrition information that will just get you connected with a real healthy whole food lifestyle. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.